Welcome back, friend. What I want to talk to you today is about the dreaded plateau. I have a client of mine who recently has lost 50 pounds. He said he was doing everything he possibly could to break through his weight loss goal, and he just couldn't get to the next level. And I have another client of mine, and she has been working on her goal, and what ended up happening is she's getting frustrated because she, quote, can't break through this dreaded plateau. So let's understand how these plateaus work anyway. So recently I went on a really great hike out to Mount Hood. And when I went on this hike to Mount Hood, I had a guide who had a map and was taking me through Paradise Park, and we knew how to get through that area. Now, if I didn't have that guide or have that map, then I would probably get lost. And that's the same thing that people experience when they're on their weight loss journey, is that they just don't have a map or understanding on how to navigate themselves through this plateau. So basically, when we're getting over the ages of 40 and 50, there's a number of factors that cause a weight loss plateau. As we begin to age, we start our lives and we're a sports car. We're high performing. Our metabolism is racing. What ends up happening over time is we turn more into that classic. It takes a little bit more to maintain, and that metabolism begins to slow down. One of the contributing factors to your metabolism is sarcopenia, and that is the loss of muscle mass. After the age of 30, you begin to lose 3% to 7% of muscle per decade. You start stacking that up over a couple of decades, your metabolism starts to take a real hit. From there, for men, there's some hormone changes as body fat starts to go up, testosterone levels go down. Women start to go through menopause. The other thing is, as we begin to age, we have reduced physical activity. Things don't feel as good as they once did. You don't move as well as you once did. You used to be able to hop out of bed in your 20s, and now when you hop out of bed, things are not moving as they once were. So here's some common signs that you may have hit a plateau. A lot of times you will experience stalled progress for a period of time, and that could be anywhere from 3 weeks to over 6 weeks is where you're stuck at this plateau. You've been consistent with your workouts. You've been getting in all your weight training workouts. You've been getting in all your steps. And then the last one, you haven't changed your diet. You've been buying the same nutrient dense foods. You've been prepping your foods. You haven't taken any diet breaks, and now you're stuck at that plateau. One of the things you want to look at in this plateau is you're starting to look at this like a giant puzzle, and you're taking all these pieces, you're putting them together to make yourself a beautiful picture with these puzzle pieces. That first puzzle piece that we're looking to adjust is the importance of your diet when it comes to a plateau. When I was talking with the gentleman that has lost the 50 pounds, I went back and I looked at why did he start this journey. He really badly wanted to make this transformation and was willing to do whatever it took to achieve that. He was willing to give up the drinks on the weekend. He was willing to give up those free foods. He was so motivated to get those steps in. Initially wasn't excited about the weight training workouts, but knew the weight training workouts were going to help him build the muscle. What we started to look at over a period of time, so more often than not, it actually comes down to calories in, calories out, and having that calorie deficit. And when I began to look back at this gentleman's nutrition, we started to see things that weren't in place anymore that were once habits. The food log totally disappeared. The gentleman took our 21-day challenge of not having any alcohol, because alcohol just adds extra calories. And what we started to notice is, alcohol was helping him reduce stress, and he was enjoying a few drinks on the weekend. That free meal that he was having every 2 to 3 weeks were becoming multiple times a week, and that quickly adds up. So let's take a look at this gentleman. This gentleman was burning 1,700 calories just at rest, and then he was getting in his steps every day, which was giving him an extra 500 calorie burn, and was getting a weight training workout that helped him burn 300 calories. He would normally eat 2,000 calories a day. That would give him his energy. But what you would see is he would do 3 really good workouts and be in a 2,100 calorie deficit. And then over 2 days, he would start incorporating the drinks. So he was having the 2,000 calories, and then he would have 2 drinks, which would bump up to the 2,300 calories. And then he would have himself 2 free meals that would equate to over 1,000 extra calories, which was destroying the deficit that he was creating in the other 3 days. So what you need to do is you need to be more mindful of the calorie deficit. Respect the calorie deficit. One easy way to respect the calorie deficit is to get back to logging and then getting back to finding foods that you enjoy, those nutrient dense foods that you enjoy. Find protein that you really enjoy eating. Find protein like chicken, lean ground beef, turkey, Greek yogurt. Find protein that you enjoy eating, and what that's going to do, it's going to help you fill up on these nutrient dense foods, which is going to make you crave those other things. The other thing is be really mindful when you're eating. Don't just plow through the food. Think about eating it. Think about how full you're feeling from that food. The next thing you want to think about is this. Everybody has seen the meme of the circle with the guy standing in the circle or the girl standing in the circle, and that is considered the individual's comfort zone. But everything you want is on the outside of that comfort zone. So we're gonna have to get outside of that comfort zone. And the comfort zone that most people don't want to get into is workouts. The reason why exercise is so important in weight loss, yes, you can do this with nutrition, but what your body ends up doing is it starts to hit this homeostasis after a period of time. So think of exercise as a way of stoking the fire of your metabolism. One really simple strategy that we've seen with our clients here is we did a challenge for 6 weeks just to get 10 to 12,000 steps a day and manage their food. And what we saw in that time is our clients averaged between 4 to 6 pounds of weight loss just by getting back into the habit of getting their daily steps in. Steps is one of the best way to increase your daily activity because it doesn't put a lot of stress on your body, so it doesn't require a big demand on your recovery. The other thing is you want to go back and really focus on resistance training for the long haul. The simplest strategy is just think of, I'm going to consistently get through a whole year, I'm going to consistently on getting 2 weight training workouts every single week. And what does a weight training workout that you would do twice a week look like? There's plenty of on this channel, but let me tell you what those would look like. So you would say pick 6 exercises on those days. And what you would do is do 3 sets of those exercises. And you can start off as easy as doing 12 to 15 repetitions, and you'd start off with compound movements, the big movements, because they require multiple muscle groups and they're going to give you the most bang for your buck for time, and they're the most functional, which are going to help with the other goals of just moving better and feeling better, which is a different topic for a different day. Every single week when you're doing these workouts, you're going to want to step outside that comfort zone. This isn't like, coming in the gym and just trying to push yourself to the limit. What you want to do is push yourself through your limit. This is a race for yourself. So what I would do is say, for me, I would do an incline bench press, and say that first week I do my incline bench press for 85 pounds, 185 for 6 reps. That next week I'm going to try to do 190 for 6 reps, and I'm going to keep a log of this. And every week I'm going to try to get a little bit better, either 1 rep or a little bit more with good form. And say the next exercise I would do some pull-ups, and then after that the next exercise I would do maybe some Bulgarian split squats with a single leg RDL. And then finish my workout with some dips and some barbell curls. Workout takes 45 to 50 minutes, but I'm really trying to challenge myself every single rep, every single set in that time frame, and keep a journal of it. This is gonna make it fun and invigorating and help you break outside that comfort zone. So get those steps, challenge yourself at least twice per week. You can always do more, but what I find with twice a week, it doesn't become overwhelming, which leads to my next point is a lot of times, over the age of 50, you've got a lot of things going on. Maybe you still have some kids. Now you got grandchildren. You've got your career. All of these things start to add stress. Maybe you're a caretaker for a loved one. I see that quite a bit. Is you've got all these different stresses that are conspiring against you. And when I notice what people do when they start to have stress, something that I learned personally for myself, when I did a fitness competition, I was very strict on my diet regimen, is one of my coaches allowed me to have a cheat meal. And when I had that cheat meal, I ate a certain food. And when I ate that food, I felt euphoric. And the distinction that I walked away with from that was that food was a drug, and it's the easiest way for most people to get out of stress. And we're digging ourselves deeper into our plateau because we're allowing stress to take hold of our routine. One of the easiest ways to break through your stress is just remember why you're doing this journey in the first place and connecting to why you're doing it. The other thing, what I see work well for clients, I'm not promoting this product. It's not a sponsored product on this channel, but if they want to, they can. They use apps like Headspace. It's 15 minutes of meditation where you can focus on your goals and remember what's most important in your life. Other things people do is pray. Other things people do is go for walks. Other people go for yoga. So you can incorporate some of those to help with stress. Another thing that helps people is getting sleep. Sleep is going to help you decrease cortisol hormones, your stress hormones. When you don't get enough sleep, those stress hormones are a little bit higher, which leading to more cravings for other things. The other thing was when you're not getting enough rest, you're not going to have the motivation to or energy to want to go and get a weight training workout. So some practices that I've seen really work well for people is just go to bed at the same time and get up at the same time, and do that 7 days a week. I know that sounds extreme, but by doing that, what you're not going to do is throw off your circadian rhythm. You're going to be in a consistent rhythm over a period of time, and that's going to just help you have better sleep. Other thing is not having caffeine within 8 to 10 hours of going to bed. So for most people, you want to cut your caffeine out right around noon. The next thing is get away from the screens, unless it's watching the YouTube channel. I'm just kidding. But get away from the blue screens within an hour before going to bed. And what that's going to do is allow your mind to start to calm down. Drink yourself some nice chamomile tea, non-caffeinated tea. That's also calming. Take yourself a warm shower, read a book, do things to relax your mind before going to bed to relax that. And then the last thing that you want to remember is that a lot of people are charging toward this goal, and then they get stressed when they don't achieve their goal after 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Remember why you started this. You started this because this is a lifestyle. And the other reason why you started this is because that this is now part of your identity. Your identity shifts, your behavior on what you want to do. So you're a healthy, you're a fit person. So it's a lifestyle. It's just something that you do every single day. Eat good, healthy, clean foods that make you feel full. You get up every day, you enjoy your walk, you get your workouts in, because it's something you're gonna do for life. This isn't a destination, because a lot of times where I see people sabotage themselves, and even in my early career, I sabotaged myself too in my fitness journey, is that I, and others I see, they want to charge to get to this goal. And then they get to the goal, and then they go back to old habits. And those old habits start to pick up again and end up gaining the weight back anyway. So focus on making this your journey and making this your lifestyle. If you like this video, you're going to want to stick around for the next one, where we're going to help you have different exercise strategies to break through that plateau. Have yourself a great day.